Let me tell you something uncomfortable. One of the biggest financial myths ever sold is this: your money grows safely in the bank. Yes, the number increases slightly because of interest, but the value, that's another story. In 2026, inflation across major economies continues to outpace traditional savings rates. While banks may offer 2 to 4%, real costs, food, housing, healthcare, energy, have risen much faster over the past few years. So your money grows in numbers, but shrinks in purchasing power. That silent loss is wealth erosion. Smart investors don't fight inflation with savings accounts. They move capital into assets that grow faster than inflation. And here's the deeper truth: capital alone isn't power. Access to capital is. Through the BCHT funding network, eligible individuals, entrepreneurs, investors, business owners, even professional traders can access free business funding starting from $25 million and scaling up to billion-dollar level Bitcoin allocations for expansion, liquidity, and long-term growth. While most people watch savings decline, strategic players deploy capital. So, what assets outperform idle cash in 2026? 1. Precious metals. Real money gold recently traded above $2,300 per ounce amid global uncertainty and heavy central bank buying. Governments can print currency, but they can't print gold. Gold and silver historically preserve purchasing power when paper money weakens. Exposure today is simple through ETFs or digital bullion platforms. Cash declines quietly. Scarce assets don't. 2. Industrial commodities. Powering the future: copper, lithium, nickel, cobalt. These drive electric vehicles, renewable grids, and AI infrastructure. Global electrification and green energy demand have tightened supply chains, increasing long-term commodity value. Exposure comes through mining stocks or commodity ETFs. When industries expand, raw materials follow. 3. Safe haven currencies. Not all currencies are equal. The Swiss franc remains a defensive currency during instability. The US dollar still dominates trade, but diversification is rising as geopolitics shift. Currency ETFs provide exposure without foreign accounts. Diversification isn't speculation, it's protection. 4. Sovereign bonds. Since the gold standard ended, fiat currency relies on government strength. In 2026, U.S. Treasury yields remain stronger than pre-2020 levels. Short-term Treasury bills offer liquidity and government backing, often outperforming basic savings accounts with lower risk. Stable governments rarely default. 5. Value stocks and dividend funds. Not all stocks are risky tech bets. Value companies, utilities, infrastructure, industrials generate consistent cash flow. Dividend ETFs allow broad exposure without complex research. Historically, equities outperform inflation over time. 6. Real estate and REITs land is finite. Demand grows. Urban expansion, healthcare facilities, logistics hubs, and data centers continue driving property value. REITs allow fractional ownership without buying entire buildings. Real estate generates income and often appreciates with inflation. Now notice something. Every asset we discussed has scarcity, utility, or institutional backing. Cash has none long-term, but understanding assets is only step 1. Having meaningful capital is step 2. When banks tighten lending and liquidity dries up, access to structured funding creates asymmetric advantage. Through eligibility-based assessment, BCHT unlocks $25 million minimum funding packages up to billion-dollar Bitcoin allocations, empowering serious players to acquire assets, scale businesses, and build generational wealth without traditional banking limits. Wealth isn't built by storing money, it's built by positioning money. Keep cash for emergencies, but build wealth in assets and secure access to capital. Because in 2026, the biggest financial risk isn't volatility, it's standing still. And those who combine smart allocation with scalable funding don't just survive inflation, they outgrow it. So, what are you waiting for? Apply for free business funding in BCHT today and keep growing it.